Meet Me platform every single Tuesday with me, That Cuban Girl, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And before I tell you anything about the show or about me, let's go to video intro. To my admin emoji J. Thank you so much. And if you are just tuning in right now and this is your first time running into my profile and meeting me, I want to say hello. My name is Cicely, but I go by That Cuban Girl here on the live streaming platforms. And today I want to introduce to you my feature show, Own It. And I'm going to tell you in a second what it's all about. But first, I need to tell you that this is a feature show. And what does that mean? Well, a couple of things. First of all, when it's a feature show, when you're watching a feature show, I cannot address every single one of you individually out of respect for the stream and out of respect of my guests and just the format that we have to follow as feature show content creators. Secondly, I want to say before I start that I have my comments on. I am looking at all my comments. I am looking at all the questions, and I'm receiving all the hearts, all the support, all the gifts. I appreciate it all, and I just want to say thank you before I start. Okay, so if this is your first time watching Own It, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Cicely. I was born and raised in Cuba. And for the last 10 years, I have been living in Los Angeles, California. And what am I doing in Los Angeles? Well, I am in LA because I am a model, I am an actress, I am a TV host. I have a show that's coming out on PBS at the end of the year around fall. So I'll be letting you guys know all about that so you can go watch it and support me if you wish. And I have just been doing things in entertainment for the last 10 years. And I love it. It's my passion. But more than that, my passion is also this, is the one-on-one interactions with all of you, with my viewers, with my friends on Instagram, with my YouTuber friends. I truly enjoy human interaction, authentic conversations, and more importantly, I truly love and enjoy bringing all of that knowledge that I have acquired throughout the years in my entertainment career to you, the live streaming community, through this feature show, Own It. Why do I think it's so important? I think it's really important because as streamers, we need to be able to communicate and to be able to provide great streams to our viewers. Even though streams can be really casual, that's okay too. But there are a lot of things that we should be able to be okay doing while we're streaming, which is why on Own It, the intention with the show is that I teach you my tips and tools that I have learned in front of the camera in the last 10, 12 years that I have been in entertainment to you, so you can become a more skilled version of yourself, a better version of yourself. And we do that through owning the uniqueness of who we are. And this is why the show is called Own It, okay? So if you're just tuning in, I see a couple of my friends on here. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in. I want to remind you that all the favorites, all the hearts, all the gifts, everything is truly appreciated because, yeah, we're here to support each other, right? Right, so it helps the show. So I truly appreciate your presence and just being here as well. I want to invite you that if you have any questions, any comments, please write them on the comment box because I do have them on and I do see it all. Okay, so this is how Own It happens. This is what you can expect from the show today. Today I'm going to have two amazing guests. One of them I think may have had an emergency, and I was really excited to meet her because she's a top batch, but let's see if she's able to make it. If not, somebody else is going to be here in a little bit. I don't want to say names because I want to keep it accurate, right? Emoji on the comment box is going to be updating me on this today. And as you are watching right now on your comment box, that is my Instagram. Thank you, Moji J, for writing that on there. I always let you guys know that besides Own It, besides the streaming community, I am not here every day on the platform, even though I really want to be, but I am always on my other platforms. I'm always on Instagram, I'm always on YouTube. So if you ever have feedback, questions, or if you just want to connect with me, please feel free to do so, because I do look at all my DMs and I do my best to try and reply to every single one of you guys, as long as you're respectful. So that's a quick reminder as well. Please keep it respectful during the show today. This is a high vibe show. We have an amazing topic that I'm going to be going over in just a few. We have an amazing guest today. And if you want to be a guest on the show, all you have to do is message or DM Emoji J, and he'll get you on the guest list. We're always looking for guests. You don't have to be a top batch. This is a question I get asked all the time. Do I need to be popular on the app? Absolutely not. You don't need to be popular. You don't need to be a top batch. You simply just need to be you and bring yourself to the table and have your story that you want to open up and share. And we have different topics every week that I love sharing with all of y'all. Okay, so with that said, I want to let you know that today's topic, it's something that I feel really excited about to go over and to talk about. I said it last week, I'm running out of topics. No, I'm kidding. I cannot run out of topics. I need to be able to have a topic every week. But today's topic makes me really excited because it's something that I always loved doing, but I always struggled with doing. And today's topic is building confidence as a speaker. And I thought this would be an amazing topic because of a couple of reasons. One of my guests, hopefully she's able to make it. I think she's having an emergency, but she is a top batch, and I was really excited for her to explain and to tell everybody how you can have more confidence as a speaker here on the streaming platforms. And even if you're not a streamer, even if you're part of the community and you love gifting or watching or interacting, I'm sure you can take these tips into your personal life, because the same way that you guys connect with me and I teach you, you guys are always teaching me many different ways. So with that said, I believe that building confidence, it's something that we all should strive for, especially if we're streamers, especially if we're part of these live streaming community in whichever way we are, right? And so I have some tips for you today that I myself have been working on throughout the years, and it never stops. I think we're always here to learn. We're always here to grow. That is the journey that is called a life, and that is what we're here to do. So if you're just tuning in, I want to say thank you so much for being here. My name is Cicely, and this is my feature show, Own It, that happens here exclusively on the live streaming community every Tuesday at 5 p.m., 2 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time. So everybody tuning in, my friends that I see, Scantron and Legend, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. I see one of my guests in the comment box. Yes, let's go. I'm so excited. Yes, hello. So if I don't know you, it's great to meet you. I appreciate the support and you being here on the show, okay? So with that said, oh, and I have to announce the one thing that I always do every Tuesday on the show, just to show appreciation for you being here and supporting. Whoever is my top gifter, supporter of the stream will become my bouncer, okay? So that person's going to become my bouncer, and that is just me saying, just thank you for your support and for being part of the show, okay? I see all the gifts, thank you. I see all the hearts, I see all the favorites. My friends on here know what's up. They know it's a feature show, but I just have to say it for the new people on here. So with that said, welcome to Own It. Are you guys ready to own it? Are you guys ready to own who you are? Own who you are and be authentic enough, vulnerable enough, and just to be yourselves and be part of these amazing community and conversations. So, without further ado, yes, I love it. Without further ado, I am going to be welcoming in my very first guest of today. Her name, she told me she goes by Fancy, but I'm seeing Capo Verde Queen, but she goes by Fancy. That's what she said to me in the bio. And one second. She's an Army veteran. Thank you so much for your service, by the way. She's a small business owner. She enjoys playing tennis and she streams about crystals, which I love because I am a huge crystal fan. I'm very spiritual. I I talk about it on the show all the time. It doesn't matter what you do, who you are, what your career is or your job is. I think everything starts in here, then it goes up here, and then you push it outwards. And so it makes me really excited to talk to another streamer that also is spiritual, and I cannot wait to talk to her. So I'm going to welcome her into the show right now. Please request the box, Miss Fancy. And big shout out to my streaming BFF legend who's here. He's a huge supporter. He also has a feature show every Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern. So everybody go favor him right now.
Hi,
Hi, how are you? It's so nice to meet you.
I'm good and you.
I'm doing amazing. I'm very excited to talk to you because, well, I'm going to have you introduce yourself a little bit to everybody, but you mentioned something to me really interesting on your bio that you stream from the flea market and you stream about crystals. And so, after you talk about yourself, I want you to explain that to us a little bit.
Okay, so like that Cuban girl said, Cicely said, I am a third generation United States Army veteran. I am a small business owner. I have my small business is like metaphysical and spiritual, where I sell candles here. This is one of them. These are hand poured crystal candles, dress spiritually, all that. And I actually go to mines and quarries and dig out my own crystals. A lot of people don't do that, but I personally do that. And I also am a Reiki master. That's what I also forgot to mention. I've been a Reiki master for over a year now. So yeah, I do have my crystal shop in a flea market. I have my own booth, as a door, lock and key. I go in there every weekend, and it's very pink, rose gold colors. Everything you need is in there. Um, so I do that, and talk about the crystals for the first part of the day, and then as the time goes on, I ask everyone, "Hey, do you guys want to take a walk around the flea market with me?" And everyone's like, "Yes." And then we go around the flea market, and I'm like, "Look, y'all, look at these little Pokemon they're selling. Look at the outside area where they have like produce, different types of. I've bought flowers and plants on stream out there, try new things. I think for the first time 2 weeks ago when I was on stream, I tried an elote. So that Mexican corn, I love that, and everyone got to see me try it.
I love that.
Yeah,
Girl,
so that
I'm gonna have to order some candles from you.
I mean, I have a few left from this weekend. I had a Juneteenth event that I participated in, and this is what these are what I made. So this one has a rhodonite, rose quartz, and amazonite in it with some rosebuds.
I love that. I'm definitely gonna DM you later if you ship. I would love to buy one from you. It's amazing. But I truly love there's so much I have to unpack while I'm talking to you because you do so much besides streaming, as a lot of us do, right? But you're a small business owner, and which I, by the way, don't like that term. I know it's the right term, but I think when you're a business owner, you're a business owner, girl. There's no like small or big.
I'm
You're a
entrepreneur.
boss queen. You're a boss queen, and I love that. I love that. And you're a veteran, which, I mean, how amazing is that? So I have so many questions for you because, being a veteran, was it the Army or the Marines?
The Army.
The Army. Okay, so being in the Army, obviously you have to be super disciplined, and then being a business owner and now being a streamer, how do you how do you like tie everything together in your life? How does it all come together?
So with me, I'm more so I I would say, unfortunately, with the military, for me, with us having to be more disciplined, I think for me, I can keep myself under control a lot better. So sometimes when I have like crisis, you would never know by looking at me because I can keep my composure very well. So from there, I think that helped from the military. That helps me, but I am not a morning person. Even despite all those years being in the military, I'm still not a morning person. So you will catch me later in the day, but I am organized. So I do have like planners for when I have clientele for like Reiki. I have like an actual book that I write all their information in to keep track of. Um, I don't know. It is a lot. I take interest in a lot of things.
And I love that. So how do you go from being in the Army to liking crystals and making that your business?
So it actually all started in fifth grade. I was in fifth grade. I had a science teacher who came in and she wanted us, we were learning about identifying different rocks and minerals. So she would give us a sheet of paper that would tell us how to identify igneous, limestone, and all other kinds of rocks. And each time she would come to class, she would give us a rock, and we would need to use that paper to identify it. And if we got it right, we got a sticker. You had a sticker for every day at the end of the week, then you would, get a prize. So it was very easy for me to identify the rocks to the point where I didn't need the paper. So it just grew from that. And then that same year, I think for Christmas, I was gifted a quartz crystal. And that time for me, which a lot of people don't know, I was in foster care. So when I was in foster care, one of the ladies there gifted that crystal for me, and I've held on to it for over 20 years. So my love for rocks just kept growing. If I was on the street and I was walking, I see something pretty, I'm like, "Ooh, this is mine." And I'll just pick it up, put it in my pocket, and then, bring it home, have a whole collection. And it just kind of kept growing. And it just got to the point where I was like, I really like love crystals. And I was building my own crystal collection. And I was like, I should, make something I love be, a business, something I actually like doing. I've had numerous jobs, but I never really liked my jobs. This I like. I like going to the quarries. I like going to the mines, getting dirty, finding cool things, and then sharing it with everybody.
That is such a cool thing that you do because and I know this is probably really dumb of my part, but I buy crystals all the time. I love crystals, and I never once have thought about how people get the crystals.
Mhm.
So I love that you're sharing that with us and with me because that is really cool. Do you do videos showing people how you do that besides the streams?
So I haven't, I've only actually just started streaming, I want to say this past like April. So I haven't been streaming long. So I haven't streamed me being in a quarry, but I know I've taken pictures. The last time I've been to a quarry was um, last summer in Georgia. So I took pictures of me being in the quarry, dirty. I know I FaceTime my mom. I was like, "Look, mom, look at me." I was like, I literally did not sleep that time because I drove from North Carolina all the way to Georgia. So I was up all day, drove like 6, 7 hours to be there at 9 a.m., was digging till about 3 p.m., and then drove all the way back home with all the goodies.
And anybody can do that? What's the process for people to do that?
So I was in a crystal club in my town, where basically it's called Cape Fear Minerals. So with that, we would they would have stuff scheduled. So basically, for quarries, most of the time you would have to be in like some sort of crystal or mineral club to be able to go down there, because most times you have to wear hard hats and steel toe boots. The one I went to in Georgia, they are not open. It's kind of sort of open to the public on the weekends, because that's when the tractors and everything is not being used. So most people in that area, native to that area, they go every weekend. But I would just say look up crystal mines in your area, because I've found a couple on Google. Some of them you have to pay to go to, but you still get the same experience.
I'm definitely gonna look that up and see if there's any here in California. I'm sure there are. There must be, because I think that would be a really cool experience. So let's do a quick pause because I want to welcome everybody that is just tuning into the show right now. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody who's been here before, welcome back. And everybody who is just getting to know us and stumbling into my profile. Hello, my name is Cicely and I go by That Cuban Girl. And this is my feature show here on the live streaming community every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time called Own It. What do we do on Own It? Well, what I do on the show, the intention with the show is bringing all the tips and tools that I've learned in my entertainment career to the live streaming community so you and I can become the best versions of ourselves by owning the uniqueness of who we are. Every single Tuesday, we have a different topic and we have different guests. And today I am talking to Fancy. It's you go by Fancy, right?
Yeah, so I go by Fancy when people can't say my actual like stream name or don't want to type it. So they don't want to say Cape Verde Queen or Queen. You can either call me Cape Queen or, Fancy.
Okay, I love that. So Fancy, I'm just getting to know you today, and I really love your personality, your vibe. And I love that the topic of today is building confidence as a speaker because you are a very confident woman. To be a business owner, to be in the army, to do all the things you do and also be a streamer, you have to be really confident. So where do you get that confidence from to be able to come on here and speak to us?
Honestly, I think it's just been like a lot of healing on my end. I've never been very confident when I was younger. I was always the smartest person in the class and that, but I hated, being the center of attention. So sometimes for me, being the center of attention is a little bit much, but it doesn't bother me. Like you couldn't look at me and tell it bothers me. But I think where my I got confident with like public speaking is like when I went to school and took like a public speech class. So for me, if I need to get up in the front of people and talk, I can do it. I just have to keep in mind, hey, don't talk too fast. Don't, because I get in the habit of talking fast in one breath and I'm like at the end of it. But I have to learn to pace myself and just, be confident. You just have to fake. If you're not confident, at least fake that you're confident, because then you'll
Yeah.
feel it.
And you're doing an amazing job. And do you feel more confident speaking in public, in person, or like this?
So I think it's kind of the same. I think here right now I'm a little nervous because this is kind of like new for me. But like when I'm on my stream, it doesn't like it's okay. It's not that many people in here, and well, at least in my stream, it's not that many people. This is like a whole new genre for me. But I think it's about the same.
Well, it's okay. We all start from the bottom, like the song says, and like we all start somewhere. And when we all click on that first live stream, none of us know what we're doing. Because even me, I have experience in front of the camera, out there, IRL, right? But on here, this was something that was completely new to me. And I remember when I first hit live, I had no idea what to expect. But that's also where confidence comes from, is just by doing it. And that's the biggest thing I can tell anybody, is just whatever it is you feel that's in your heart to do, just go ahead and do it. And then you'll get the skills later, you'll grow as you go and as you learn. But just do it, right? And I just love the fact that you're saying you're a newer streamer. I love that you're on my show and that everybody's getting to know you, because this is what the platform's for. This is what the feature shows are all about, is for all of us to collab together. So thank you so much for being here. You're amazing, and thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. And I don't know if you're busy, but usually I like to have both my guests to come back at the end of the show, if that's okay with you, for like
Yeah,
final
that's
thoughts.
fine. I'll be sticking around. I'm not going anywhere.
I love that. Thank you. It was so nice to meet you, Fancy.
Everybody, thank
Everybody
you.
go show her love. All right, you guys. So, welcome to Own It. Welcome to this featured hour that happens here every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, or 2 p.m. Pacific, my time. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. If you're new on the show, I am going to give you a little quick rundown of who I am, what the show is about, what you can expect, how you can connect with us, how you can be part of the show. Okay. So, basically, my name is Cicely. I go by That Cuban Girl, and you can connect with me on Instagram if you would like to send me a message or whatever. I love making new friends. So feel free to do that. I think Emoji J, if you can drop my IG here, I would love for you to do that. And Own It is all about owning the uniqueness of who we are. I say this every single Tuesday, and I will always repeat it. This is the intention behind the show. Everything that we do in our lives, we can only do it through truly owning who we are. So what can you expect throughout the show today? Well, I want to invite you to stick around towards the very end of the show, because two awesome things happen at the end of the show. One of those things is that I have both my guests jump in the box for final thoughts or shout outs, or just for a quick photo, whatever it is. And I love doing that. And the second awesome thing that happens is I'm going to be giving shout outs to my top gifters of the stream. And whoever is my top gifter gets to be my bouncer. And that's just my way of saying thank you for being here supporting the show. In case that person is already a bouncer, which I'm already seeing my BFF legend on here taking first place, and my good friend Scan taking second place. If they are already a bouncer, they get to assign it to somebody else who's live on the stream, okay? And if that doesn't work, then, well, I'll have to come up with something. But that's just my way of saying thank you for being here and just for supporting the show. And so the other thing you can expect throughout the show is that I'm going to right now be giving you the quote of the day. And thank you for the gifts, the hearts, everything. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to be giving you the quote of the day that has to do with the topic of the day. We always have a quote of the day. We always have two guests, and we always have a tips of the day. Okay, so one tip or multiple tips depending on my mood. So today we're having a couple of tips, like 4 tips about building confidence as a speaker, which is the topic of the day. Like I mentioned before, and if you weren't here, I chose these topics today for multiple reasons. Emoji, how are we doing with my second guest? Is she available, or are we having Sunny step in? We're a live feature show, you guys, so things happen, so we have to come up with solutions on the fly, but it's totally okay. Emoji, are you there? So, like I was saying, the reason I picked this topic today is because it doesn't matter what we do in our lives, whether we're streamers, in my case, right, working in front of the camera, modeling, all these things, you have to have a certain type of confidence. I can only speak from my experience, okay? Thank you, Sunny. Thank you. Yeah, you'll probably have to step in. You're the best. You're the best. So I can only speak from my experience. And my experience with when it comes to confidence, I know it's very different than a lot of people's experience. However, it stems from very similar roots, which is feeling secure, right? Not feeling insecure about yourself, feeling secure, not having doubts, And if you're feeling doubts and insecurity, just fake it, honey. Fake it till you make it, to be honest with you. That's it is what it is. But I can only speak from that perspective, which is mine. We're gonna go a little bit more into that in a second, but I loved also this topic because my first guest, she's a business woman. She was in the army, so she's a veteran. So there's a certain type of confidence that somebody like that has to have to do what she does now that she goes to the flea market and she has to talk to people. And I'm sure we'll go a little bit more in depth when she comes back in the box later. But confidence, you guys, like, talk about it all the time because it's the one thing that can make you or break you, whether you're in school, whether you're in business, whether you're in your trying to date somebody. It does not matter who you are, what you do. You don't have to be like me, but if you don't have confidence to do what you do, I'm sorry, but life is going to be so much more harder. And confidence has nothing to do with beauty. Confidence has nothing to do with how you look. Confidence has nothing to do with what you do. It has absolutely nothing to do with all those things. Confidence is an attitude. So it doesn't matter what you look like, what you do, what your job is. If you are confident, you're going to be more successful, you're going to be more magnetic, and you're going to be way more attractive than what you would definitely be if you weren't confident. And that is all I mean by this topic. And if you get anything up from this show today, from this hour, is that having confidence can really, really, really help you achieve your goals in life. So, with that said, I'm going to be sharing with you the quote of the day today, which I love. I don't know how I came across this quote, but I loved it. I thought it was just so aligned with the topic. Oh, she's here. Hi, Winda. So the quote goes as follows, okay? It says, the success of your presentation will be judged not by the knowledge that you send, but by what the listener receives. I'm going to say it again. The success of your presentation will be judged not by the knowledge you send, but by what the listener receives. And the way I interpret that and the way it aligned with me so well is because we go back to the fake it till you make it thing, right? Sometimes, I don't know if it's happened to you. It definitely used to happen to me when I used to do presentations at school back in elementary or high school. I used to love, and it was very interesting because I used to love, love, love giving presentations in front of the class, but I was a very insecure kid. But I think that that was my only time that I ever felt confident enough to do anything, which is very contradictory, right? I was insecure, but I loved going in front of the class and giving presentations and PowerPoints and all these things. And a lot of times when you're public speaking, you're human, you're gonna forget things. Even the president forgets things. But you just have to learn how to be confident enough so people still receive your message and people still listen to you and people still are engaged with what you're saying. And there are many tools that legend. There are many tools that we can use to become a better speaker. And even if we're just on our day-to-day lives, trust me, if you use some of the tips I'm going to give you at the end, even if you're just talking to your family, to your friends, you're going to see a huge difference with the way people perceive you, just because you're a little bit more confident. Okay, so welcome everybody, welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour with me, Cicely, aka That Cuban Girl, here on the live streaming community every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time or at 2 p.m. Pacific time, which is my time. And I want to invite you all to stay towards the very end of the show, because here on Own It, we talk about the things that can make us become the best versions of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are. On this show, we're all about uplifting, inspiring, and we're all about not changing you, but making you better if you own yourself. Okay, so I want to give a quick shout out to the top supporters of the stream so far, but do stay till the end of the show because I am going to be announcing who's the number one and who is going to become my bouncer. And actually, Legend, I was at your show yesterday and you gave me a great idea. I think I'm going to start doing the little reset thing that you do, but not today, maybe for next Tuesday. So, quick shout outs to the top supporters. Number 5, 35 Jack. Number 4, Eddie. Thank you. Number 3, Homie Vibes. Number 2, my dear friend Skintron. And number 1, my streaming BFF Legend. Please go favorite my top gifters. Go check out their streams. They're all amazing. And what else can I say? Just go favorite them and go watch their streams. They're all great. So thank you so much for being here, you guys. We still have so much more to go over on the show, but right now, I want to introduce you all to my second guest of the day. And I've heard about her. Wait, is she here? Let me see. Yes, she is. Her name is Winda, and I don't know her, but I'm gonna let her tell you all about herself. So welcome to Own It, Winda. Hello. I can hear you. Is it just me?
You can't hear me?
Now, yes.
Okay.
Now we can. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, thank you for being on the show. I know you've been busy and you had a meeting and I understand things happen, but I'm super excited to talk to you and get to know you. So, yeah, of course. Tell me a little bit about yourself and everybody else.
My name is Winda. I've been on the app for 2.5 years, and I got my badge about a year ago, or a year and a half ago. Not quite sure anymore. And I pretty much stream almost every day. I have, I've not much. I keep to myself. I have my own little family. And I have 3 shows on the app. Not much about me. Pretty simple person.
So okay, so I want to know how you started streaming, and because the topic of the day today revolves around building confidence as a speaker, I want you to tell all of us, how did you build your confidence to be a streamer and then be a top badge?
Okay, so when I first got on this app, I wasn't a streamer. I was a gifter for about 3 months, 4 months, somewhere around there. And then in October 2020, I decided that I was bored and I was going to hit the live button and see what it was like. At first, I didn't enjoy it and it wasn't my thing. I just did it once in a while for, when I'd be bored at home, I'd go on live. And until probably like 3 months is when I decided that I wanted to try and actually stream and enjoy myself. So from January 1st of 2020 until December of 2022, I streamed every single day. I did not miss a day.
For 2 years?
2 years straight. I did not miss a day of streaming.
Oh, wow. That is so amazing. I don't know how you did that, but wow.
Yeah, it was an interesting, it was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. I still enjoy streaming. I don't do that as much. I do take at least 1 day off now a week, 1 or 2 days a week off now. But when you set yourself some goals and you set yourself some motivations to do certain things, and until you meet that, it's like, I have to do it until I meet what my goal is. And that's what I did. So that's kind of like my streaming thing, where I enjoyed it, and there were times I was exhausted and I would still get on just because I hadn't been on that day and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss a day of streaming, and I just dedicated myself to it.
So what was the thing that clicked for you from that you went from being a VIP, I guess a gifter, to streaming? What was the thing that made you go, wow, I can do this?
Actually, there's a certain streamer, he's no longer on the app. When I was streaming, like the first 3 months that I streamed, I only made not even, I was like 240, 250K. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. This isn't me, and I was like, I suck at this. I'm not going to stream anymore. And that particular a streamer, came in my stream and he's like, no, you're not giving up. You're actually good at this. You're just not, dedicating it. You're not putting your best foot forward. He got me to my 300K that day. And that was actually January 1st of 2021. And he's like, you got this. I expect in a year for you to be, at 50 million. I was like, you've lost your mind, and I was at my 50 million my first year.
Amazing. That's amazing. Like somebody said in the comment box, dedication, right? That is so amazing. Hello, everybody. If you're just tuning in, I am looking at everybody here. I do have to say a quick shout out to a new friend that I just met yesterday, Stud Barbie. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. I had to. But everybody, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I just met her yesterday. She was at Legends Show and I just met her. But I thank you guys for being here, for tuning in. Welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour here at every Tuesday with me, That Cuban Girl. And the intention behind Own It is for me to bring tips and tools from the entertainment industry to the streaming community. But also, if you can't relate to me, I know for a fact that you'll be able to relate to one or two of my guests. We have two amazing guests every Tuesday. We all share our stories. People are just so kind to be vulnerable and authentic on this show, and I'm so grateful for that. And I just love that we can truly own who we are here and help others and connect with others this way. Right now, I'm speaking to Winda. She's a top badge. It's my first time meeting her, so I'm super excited. And today we're talking about building confidence as a speaker. And so I think besides dedication and everything she's talked about, there are different things, in my opinion, in my experience, that you can do in order to become more confident when you speak. For you, Winda, what have been one or two of those things that you've learned to do?
So before I got on this app, I was the type of person you couldn't get me on a camera. I did not like cameras. I did not like speaking. It was, I think the first month I streamed, I wasn't even on screen. So I think the first thing is feeling comfortable at speaking to yourself. So as a streamer, you speak to yourself. You're on screen, you're not seeing anybody unless somebody's in your box. So you have to be able to have a conversation with yourself sometimes because you don't know if somebody's actually listening and you don't know who's in your stream. So it's the confidence of being by yourself sometimes and not even knowing it and being able to still carry a conversation. Me, myself, I don't like speaking to myself. So usually you'll hear me say, who's in here? Who's going to talk to me? I don't like being alone. But,
wow, that was I just had such an aha moment when you said that. I had never once thought about that before. And that is so true. Everyone in the comment box is like, yes, that's so true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're basically speaking to yourself most of the time because you don't know who's in your stream.
That is so true.
Or listening to music by yourself or anything, but whatever you're doing, it's you're on your own unless somebody's in your box.
Wow, you're blowing my mind right now. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Everything just makes sense now because I like streaming because I was a child that was alone most of my childhood, so that makes total sense. I was so used to talking to myself. Maybe that's why I feel so comfortable here.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So what are your goals with the streaming app? Because it seems like you do it almost every day, which I commend you from that. What are your goals here? I mean, you already are a top badge.
Yes. So, if you don't have goals, you won't really have motivation on this app because once you meet one, you got to find another one because then you feel like you're just like, all right, I'm done. I don't have anything else to do. So my next goal is to get my Ruby 4. I'm 1 million away from Ruby 4. So that's my next one. And by the end of the year, I'd like to have my 75 million.
Wow, amazing. Look at that. I love that. Well, congratulations on everything you've accomplished. One day I'll be like you.
Oh, listen, trust me. Yeah, I think you've gotten further than I have at 5 million. You'll be at 5 million this week.
Yeah, I've honestly been very not disciplined with the streams, and my friends that are here know this about me. I am always on the show. I mean, I never miss the show, but I need to be better at actually doing my own streams for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think I have 3 shows, and other than when now that I just had surgery, I had only missed maybe one out of since I've had them, and I'm going on 2 years on my first show. Um, so I will literally come on even if I'm sick. Like my admins will tell you, even if I'm sick, I'm like, I canceling my show. I got this. I'll just go to sleep after the show. How many
Yeah.
hours of streaming in a day? When I first started, I would do 8 hours of streaming. Now I do maybe 3.
So what do you like to do on your streams?
Um, so my off days, I literally just sit and chat and have conversations. I'm not a verse person, so it's very rare you'll very catch me on a verse. It's only if somebody sends me a verse, I accept it. But I like to, I'm actually more of a conversationalist. I love to have conversations and talk. And so most of the time it's people coming in my stream and just sitting and talking. And, they'll come and talk for a little bit and then leave. Somebody else comes in, we'll talk for a little bit and leave. So it's always different conversations.
Me too. I'm just like you, and I always talk about this, especially with my BFF on here, who's legend. He was just here. He's the king at OBS and all the stuff, and I am not. And I feel like I'm always like texting him, like, legend, how do I do this? And like, what can I do? And like, some people are just great at that stuff. I'm more of a talker. I'll talk my ears off until I die. I'm great at that. But so I agree with you.
Exactly. Look at Jay.
I love that. No, go ahead.
No, Jay, he's like, I'm the king. Comments are making me laugh.
I don't know, emoji. You're my admin, but Legend's my BFF. I don't know about that. I'm kidding.
I cannot do OBS, so I get it because I can't do it. Not at all.
Well, Winda, can you stick around till the end of the show for the next 10 minutes, or do you have to go?
I know I can stick around.
Okay, so give us a few shout outs of what the things you have going on, and then I'll bring you back in a little bit.
Okay. So everybody, Emoji J is my admin for my Monday show. So if you want to get on Chopping Block, which is my trivia show, it's going on 2 years. You hit up Emoji J. My featured show is on Wednesdays. It's called Friends Exposed, and it's where 2 sets of friends come on and they ask them questions about each other. So that one is at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. And then my Friday show is called Wingo, and it's my version of bingo. You can either hit up T-Dog or Emoji J for that one, and we can get you on that one also. So those
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Winda, for being here. I already favored you. I appreciate your time. Everybody go favor her, please. Go check out her streams. This is what feature shows are all about, for us to plug each other. So go and plug yourself onto whatever she's doing. I love your vibe. I'm going to be talking to you soon, okay?
No problem.
Bye. Okay, my loves. So welcome to Own It. We're reaching the end of the show in just a few minutes. But as usual, I have to extend my gratitude for all of you. But don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. Okay, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for always giving me so much support and love, and just for the conversations, the questions, for my guests, for the support. I appreciate you all, I learned a lot from all of you. We are all learning from each other. And when people ask me, it's so funny because I just changed my Instagram bio a little while ago, maybe like a month ago. And I wrote on it, I live life for a living. And the reason I did that is because I don't know where you guys live, but in Los Angeles, it's so annoying when people ask you, what do you do for a living? What do you do? What do you do? Like, I'm so tired of hearing that. And so for me, I am a student of life. That is what I do, because I love growing. I love learning. I love conversating, listening to people. Thank you. Yes, I am Cuban, so I have an accent. And I love doing it in ways that a lot of us can connect and plug each other and be vulnerable. And we need so much more vulnerability in the world. We just really just need more authenticity. And anyways, I just love this show, and I appreciate you guys for being here. And I always say that to you guys because I can never say it enough. So welcome to Own It. If you're just tuning in, this is a feature show that happens here on the live streaming community every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Time with me, That Cuban Girl. Thank you, Moji J, for the shout outs. That is my Instagram right there on the comment box. I want to invite you to connect with me, DM me. If you have ideas for the show, feedback, questions, whatever it is, please do so because I'm always open to suggestions and all the good stuff, okay? Also, I feel like Legend will appreciate it because otherwise I'm just going to be asking him. So thank you guys for being here. A couple of things are going to happen next, okay? I'm going to be giving you guys the tips that I have written down for you based on the topic of the day. And if you don't know, if you're new in here on Own It, we talk about the ways that we can become the best versions of ourselves, and and the ways that we can do that through owning the uniqueness of who we are. So the topic of today is building confidence as a speaker. So I have a few tips that I want to share it with you. And then after that, I'm going to be bringing hopefully both my guests back in the box for final thoughts. And last but not least, I am going to be giving a shout out to the top gifter of the stream. And this is going to be the last stream in which I'm going to keep the same bouncers. So for next week, I'm going to be resetting the bouncers so it makes it more interesting. And of course, I got that idea from Legend because, you know. So anyways, I want to quickly share with you some tips that I have written down for all of you. And there are 5 tips, and there is still, I still work on these. I'm very aware of these every single day in my own life. And that's the reason why I wanted to share it with you, because a lot of people ask me a lot of times, not on the streams, but even in my regular life on whatever, Instagram or wherever I go, people usually think that you're born confident and that just because people see me being a social butterfly and talking to everyone and easily being able to open up to people or have people open up to me quickly, that doesn't come, it's a skill. It's learned through practice, okay? So these are 5 simple things because I didn't want to, excuse me, I didn't want to really overwhelm you guys. So these are 5 quick tips that you can do or keep in mind if you want to become a better speaker and have more confidence while you speak, okay? So the first thing, and I know I made a whole show on this a while ago, like long time ago I did, but I wanted to touch up on this again because it is so important. The first rule as a communicator, as a speaker, is to listen, okay? That is the first rule. Also, when you listen to people, you show that you're more confident, because a person who talks over other people, that shows that you're insecure about who you are, right? Because people that are secured in who they are, and people that know who they are, they're calm, they're collected, and they listen to others, okay? The second tip is do not mumble. That's the word, right? Mumble. Do not mumble. Do your best. And I know it's so hard sometimes. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I have met people that mumble when they speak. That is the word, right? It is the word. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. But I have met people that do that, and you have to I've had to literally say to them, what? Or please speak up, or that is just not confidence. That's a big no-no when you're mumbling. Or my tip number 3, when you're not clear. So tip number 3 is be clear. Be clear when you speak. I'm not the best speaker out there, but I do have an accent and I am fully aware of my accent. Can you imagine if on top of my accent, I was speaking really, really fast, or I wasn't pronunciating my words correctly? You guys would all be like, what is happening? You wouldn't even be able to understand me. So even when you have an accent, you're able to still use these tips. And I'm talking about accents or speaking disabilities or whatever it is. I think when you slow down your speech and you're clear and you're not mumbling, you become so much more confident. So my tip number 4 is don't slouch. Whatever you do, even if you're on the stream, I know a lot of us on streams have, well, a lot of you guys, because I don't, but a lot of you guys have the gamer chair. So I know you have your resting your back, right? Like right now, I don't have any, a chair with a back. So I'm literally, I'm sitting on a bar stool. So whatever you do, don't slouch. Quick pause. I am reading the comments, but this is a feature show. So during the feature shows, I want to remind you guys, I have a format that I have to follow. I will acknowledge comments later if you have questions, but just so you know, during feature shows, I don't acknowledge comments right away, okay? So tip number 4 is don't slouch. And only by doing this one thing, if you don't do anything else, but you talk to somebody and you keep your back straight and you don't slouch, you're gonna come across so much more confident, even if you're just on a stream. It doesn't matter, all right? And my tip number 5, and like I said, I could give you so many more tips, but these are the ones that I was thinking about that would be things that would be easy to remember, easy to apply in your life and to practice. Tip number 5, and it's the hardest one for me, okay? It's so hard because I think in today's society, we're so used to doing these things. It's become a trend, it's become a habit, and I struggle with it, but I'm doing the best I can to get rid of it because it just doesn't come across as confidence. Refrain from saying, you know, like, okay? And I know that it's so hard for all of us. It's so hard. Trust me, it's so hard for me too. So hard, especially living in California with all the valley girls and everything. It is extremely, yes, Jay, anytime. It is extremely hard to not say, especially for me, and like, okay? So I want to really encourage you to try these tips at home, to remember them when you're out, when you're doing live streams. Trust me, you're going to come across way more polished, calm, collected. People are going to listen. Make sure you're listening to them as well, and make sure that you're providing an amazing stream for everybody else, because ultimately, you guys, as streamers, this is our show, whether it's featured or not. This is your time on the screen. So make it the best you can and make it memorable, and be confident, all right, in whatever you do in your life. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to be bringing back both my guests. So if both my guests can please come back and request the box. Thanks for the insights. You're very welcome. What a great show. Thank you, Stud Barbie. Thank you for stopping by and being here. It is so nice to meet you in person. You're amazing. So let me welcome back both my guests real quick. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for coming. Did you ladies know each other from before?
No.
Oh, this is amazing. Well, there you go. Nice to meet you. I also didn't know you, so I have truly enjoyed my time talking with all of you. This has been amazing. Thank you for sharing your insights, your story, your goals, for being open and vulnerable. I'm sure that everybody loved it as much as I did. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Of course. Let's take a quick photo for IG.
Oh, hold on.
Fix the hair.
Right, we gotta fix the hair.
Yay, so cute. And then just to finish it here, if you want to give more shout outs, I know Fancy, I'm sorry you didn't give your shout outs earlier. So if you want to give shout outs, tell people how to connect, please feel free.
Okay, I just want to say thank you guys for first inviting me to be here on this feature show, and thank you everyone in the comments. I see your support and your supportive words, and the thank you for your service. You're very welcome. Also, if you want to come to my stream, especially like this weekend, I'll be going back to the flea market. Just go ahead and tap my name, hit the favorite, add me to your favorites, and then just wait for the notification. If you want to check out my business, I do have my website listed in my bio on here, and my Instagram for my business.
I love that. And what about you, Winda? Do you want to say it again?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me grab it. Thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed it. Um, I hadn't seen your show yet because it's during the day, so it's kind of nice to be able to see it.
Aw.
Yeah, but thank you. Make sure you guys also come by and visit me. Come see my shows. Tomorrow is my featured at 8 p.m. So guys come back and watch it if you want to be on it. Hit me with a message and you can join the show. Maybe I'll get you and Legend on.
I love that. Thank you so much. And if you ladies ever need me to be a guest or you, please, I would love to. So,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you again for being here. You've both been amazing, and I've really truly enjoyed meeting you. And for all of you guys out there who have supported, thank you. There's one more thing that we need to do before we go. If you ladies are busy, you can get out of the box. I don't want to hold you back. Um,
Yeah, I'm at work. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much. So yeah, I didn't want to be rude, but I just didn't want to hold them up because I know that, I know it's the middle of the day. At least for me, it's only like 3 p.m. right now. So there's one more thing that I need to do as promised, and I need to name the bouncer of the stream, which I already know who it is. But I'm going to be giving a shout out. Also, you guys, I am so close to 5 milli. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the support in this short amount of time that I've been streaming. I appreciate you all. And once we hit 5 milli, I'm going to come up with something cool to do to celebrate. And if I can think of anything, you already know who I'm asking. So I want to give a quick shout out to all the 10, the 10 top gifters, because you guys all support, doesn't matter how many diamonds it was. So number 10, Nikki Boo Sweet Baby. Number 9, Find Me Nemo. Oh my gosh, Nemo was here. Number 8, Frankie. Number 7, Auction Giggles, Auction 71 Giggles. Number 6, 35 Jack. Number 5, Eddie. Number 4, TBE WKHR. Number 3, Homie Vibes. Number 2, Scantron. And number 1, my streaming BFF of here, Legend. So, as the rules go, because Legend is already a bouncer, Legend, you get to name somebody of your liking. So, it's not the first time he has to do this. I think he's already so used to this. So, Legend, who do you give the bouncing powers to? Drum roll. Ah, yay! Fancy, right? Cape Verde. Ah, Legend. See, that's why he's my BFF. He's awesome. Thank you, Legend, for that. So Legend has given the bouncing power to my new friend and my guest of the day as well, Miss Fancy Cape Verde. So once this wheel, okay, there we go. I couldn't see the screen, you guys. Let me make Miss Queen, Cape Verde Queen, a bouncer. Congratulations, my love. Thank you for being part of my bouncing family, for being here. Thank you for being amazing and for just being a guest on my show. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the gives. Thank you for the support, for the love, for the hearts. Thank you to all my friends that pulled up on the Meet Me streams, on the Meet Me streets. Thank you for being here, supporting my show every Tuesday. And for the new friends, thank you as well, because I always, always love connecting and getting to know you all. So with that said, oh yeah, a special shout out to Emoji J, my admin, and to my BFF Legend. He has a show every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. And so with that said,